wow, what a fight last night. Leigh Wood stops Josh Warrington in the 7th round after being down in the card. Down in the cards, I think two of the judges had it 5-1 to Warrington. But what a performance. With Leigh Wood, with any Leigh Wood fight, I'm saying from now on, I like from the last 4 or 5 fights, whatever it is, just grab a bag of popcorn, sit down, and enjoy the fight worthy of a Rocky movie. He is always in these dramatic fights, and it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. He's got that never say die attitude. He doesn't want to quit. He can't quit. He's got that. I don't think he knows the meaning of the word quit. And it shows again last night when you think that he's down, he's getting hit with shots and whatnot, and he just wants to keep on coming. And then they hit Josh with a 5-piece short right, southpaw stance, short right hook, hurt Josh. And as he was trying to recover, he sent him another right hook and it came back with the left hook, which put him down. I will talk about the stoppage because as I was watching on the TV, I wasn't watching the count. I wasn't listening to the count because I was all like, I was all excited because of the knockdown and whatnot. And then obviously the referee waved it off. So I'm thinking to myself, right, you got to the 10 count and Josh never turned around. Now after watching it back, you've seen that Josh got up at 4, went back to his corner because obviously he knew it was the end of the round because his corner was up, ready for to put the stool in and whatnot. And then he turned around at 8, but Michael Alexander waved it off. Now I'm not saying that Michael got it wrong. What I am saying is that he turned around at 8. Now, with it being at the end of the round, maybe the benefit doubt maybe could have played down there because he would have had that minute to recover. So you would have gave him that little, are you okay? You're right, you're fine, take the minute. Similar to what Leigh Wood got with the McConnell first knockdown in the first round of their fight. But that being said, Michael's in there. He's looking right and dead into the eyes of Josh Warrington when he turned around there. Maybe he saw something that Josh wasn't all there, and maybe the minute wasn't long enough for him to recover. I don't know. Does it want a rematch? Yes, it does want a rematch, I believe, and that just because of that. And Leigh Wood, I said this in the previous video, the video underneath this one, that there's more than a world title on the line. It's more than bragging rights because we know that if the winner goes on and fulfills the dream that they've always wanted. Now, the dream for Leigh Wood was the City Ground fight, and the dream for Josh Warrington was a US fight, fighting in the US. But I think that Leigh Wood gets his City Ground fight. That's going to happen. I think if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Eddie Hearn. He knows how to put on these big stadium fights. And you need a good dance partner that can help you sell a stadium. And I think that a good dance partner that can help you sell is the rematch with Josh Warrington or the rematch with Mick Conlan. And the reason I say that is Mick's fighting Jordan Gill up at super featherweight. So Michael's already moved up. Leigh Wood's moved up. So they're in the same division again. It's history there. We knew what the build up to that fight was like with the back and forths. Okay. We know how the fight ended. Okay. And we all know that Mick Conlan wants his revenge. And I know Mick wants to be a world champion, but I think this maybe means a little bit more to him now because he wants that revenge and he knows that he was winning that fight up until that 12th round, even though Leigh was coming into it. But that being said, he's fighting Jordan Gill, Mick Conlan, which is Leigh Wood's best mate. Now, if he puts on an emphatic performance against Jordan Gill, there's a little story there as well that Mick could beat Leigh Wood's best mate. So, and obviously the controversy, not the controversy, that's the wrong one, but the way the first fight ended. So there's history there, there's a story there, and you need a good dance partner, but a dance partner that can bring fans. And then the two fighters that can bring fans is Josh Warrington from Leeds and Mick Conlan from Belfast. And we all know, if you look at them two fights, they were tremendous fights, those first fights. Leigh Wood and Mick Conlan and Warrington and Wood. They were fabulous fights to watch. You're sitting on the edge of your seat because it's just you've got three in this case, three fighters that are just put it all on the line. Do you know what I mean? They don't have quit in them, which is what we love about boxing. Or the Joe Cordina fight that was talked about for Leigh Wood as well. But other than the world title being in the line and become a 2-weight world champion, I think there's more of a history with there's more of a story to sell with the rematches with Warrington or Conlan. I think that's what sells the City Ground. But I just think Leigh Wood, he deserves a City Ground no matter what, man. And I think that he can sell it because he's becoming more than a household name now with the fights that he's been in. And again, he's proven that every single fight he's in, man, it's like worthy of a Rocky movie. Just the way he finishes his fights, you think he's down and out. Like I even last night when I was watching the Warrington fight, I never thought he was down and out because that was the first fight. Big Con, I thought he was down and out. Lara fight, I thought, you know what I mean? He was winning the fight before he got knocked down. But last night I was watching that Warrington fight, and even though he was getting hit with body shots and there was some, you know what I mean, Josh was roughing him up a little bit. I was sitting there going, I'm like, I'm not worried. I'm not worried because I just think that he has that equalizer and he carries that power all the way through at the 12th round, which he's shown against Mick Conlan. And it happened again in the 7th round. He just hit Josh with a 5-piece, and that was the end of the fight. But yeah, what a fight, and what a performance from Leigh Wood. And I think that the City Ground is going to be there, and I love that fact that he's getting the dream that he's always wanted. I mean, becoming a world champion is a dream, but he always talks about that City Ground fight, and he deserves it, and it's one that I hope to be at as well. But that being said, let me know what your thoughts are on the fight itself. Was it the right decision from the referee to call the fight off? Because it looked like Josh Warrington turned around at 8, and that was the end of the round. So he could have given the minute there to rest because he could have recovered in that minute. A minute's not a long time in boxing. As people always tell you, don't know how long a minute is until you start boxing. But that minute there would have been crucial for Warrington to recover and maybe assess him in the 8th round to see how he's doing. But that being said, leave a comment, let me know. Great fight last night, and I tell you what, boxing this year has been absolutely amazing. So leave a comment, let me know. You know what to do.